Good morning, my dear friends. This May is just like April. Sometimes it's sunny, sometimes it rains. A huge cloud just passed over us and a lot of rain fell from it. The sun came out, so we went to the garden to show you something you've been asking about lately. You asked about climbing plants for the garden, especially the ones that appeared in the episode about hydrangeas. If you haven't seen that episode, check it out. It's around here. But today I want to show you all the plants that are suitable for trellises, for fences that climb and grow upwards. We'll walk around the garden and I'll tell you about all the plants that I have in my own garden. Dear friends, I have one more important announcement, since several people have asked me about it on Instagram. Hubert Lemansky, when are new Wow Garden episodes coming? Well, there would be if it weren't for the fact that the weather has been just like it was here a moment ago. So it's constantly raining, it's always cold, and remember when we go, we spend a few days filming these gardens, coordinating everything, and the weather has to be perfect, so we can show these gardens in the best possible view, and so that our trip doesn't go to waste. So wait, we'll start, but likely only once the weather improves. So let's begin. I have the feeling that at this time, meaning now in May, in my garden there is only one queen, Rose Pitchmelba. Look, she already has, well, I dare say the tallest shoots are already 3 meters high. Remember how it was pruned early this spring around here? It's already grown this much. It will start blooming soon. This is a really vigorous rose, a fantastic rose that was planted bare-rooted 3 years ago, just like that. Look how it has grown. I definitely, absolutely recommend this variety. Pitchmelba is fantastic. The second rose from the other side, Rozana rose, also very nice, and it grows really well too. But I had some kind of crisis last year, but it's better now. I'll show it to you in a moment. There was a giant a moment ago, that is a climbing rose. Now, something a bit more subtle, something a bit smaller. And I'll say right away something a bit more difficult to take care of. We're at the Clematis pistachio cake. It really looks like such an exotic, beautiful flowering plant. It's already in bloom, but I have to admit it's actually a difficult one. Clematis, that's just my experience. Maybe yours is different if you know pistachio cake. It doesn't grow as much as I want. First, I set it up here. This trellis is so small, I was hoping that after the first season I'd already put up a big one here and it would cover everything here. Well, it's already been 2 seasons and it's still not covering anything, so it's difficult. Pistachio cake is beautiful. Fantastic. Its flowers are very elaborate, in beautiful colors. A light salmon color, kind of nude, really great. See for yourselves how it looks. Walking into the flower beds after rain is an amazing experience. A moment ago, a lot of water fell on my head from one of the plants. And I came here because in one of the recent videos, the shot where I'm standing sparked a lot of interest on Instagram. Because let me remind you, you can also find me on Instagram. There's other content there as well, so I encourage you to check it out. That shot sparked interest and there were a lot of reactions and questions. Hubert, what kind of vine is that and what kind of fence is in the back? Let me tell you, the vine is an Akebia that was planted last year. It's already grown so much, really, from just one stem. I have Akebia in another spot too. I've shown it to you many times already. It really looks excellent, especially combined with this fence. The fence is from Jagram. Miosa, it looks really amazing. So Akebia, a climbing plant, if you want the vine to be green as early as possible, so actually already at the beginning of April, then Akebia works very well here because it produces those beautiful leaves very quickly, so juicy. Great leaves, very different from the usual vine leaves we're used to. A lot of small ones, but really great. And the shoots that wrap around each other, creating these thicker, let's say, whips of shoots, and it grows over really well. Look, it's just one. This last fall, a seedling was planted and has already grown this much. I think by the end of the season, all of this will connect together here. If you want a vine that really grows quickly, and it's spectacular. This is Clematis early snow. It gets pruned every year. Take a look to this height. And look, it was pruned quite recently actually, down to 0. And here it's already over a meter tall. I think by the end of the season it'll grow 5 meters. Everything here will be covered, everything. And in the fall it will show these fantastic tiny white flowers. There will be millions of them here on this wall. And then it really looks quite pleasant. And it's called early snow because in September the first snowflakes already start to appear. That's what we think, because there really are so many of them. And let's say even the fluff covers the whole fence here. And in just a moment, Rosa, who is experiencing her second youth, I feel like that's the case this year. So Rozana is already starting to bloom. So I'm going to show you what she looks like. So here I am by the arch, which when it blooms will really be the main focal point of this garden. But I'll tell you all about it when this Rozana rose blooms, and about all the other roses I have in the garden, because this year I have even more of them. So I'm already encouraging you to watch that episode. And so you don't miss it, of course, you can subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell. And while you're at it, give it a thumbs up if you like it. And leave a comment. Do you like roses, and would you like a comprehensive episode about roses? Because that's what I have planned, but I'm not completely sure yet. Do you also want to see such an episode? I also have another episode about peonies planned, because they're already starting to bloom. So that one will definitely be coming soon. But getting back to this rose, it's doing very well this year. I touched it really well. I really made real arches, such bent shoots, long ones, because those shoots were already 3 meters long. I bent them really solidly, and on each of those shoots you can see new shoots growing upwards, because the rose likes to have those hidden buds exposed to light. They grow upwards, and each of them will have a flower. So when everything blooms here, it's going to look spectacular. I can't wait. And this is another plant that beautifully fills up a space for us. Since we're walking around the garden, of course, I couldn't help but show you again. Not show you this plant here. Montana Freda Clematis. It's actually already finishing its blooming. It has fewer flowers now. I've shown you how it blooms, but I came this time because I wanted to show you these beautiful leaves now. Because suddenly among them, from beneath those flowers, these beautiful beetroot burgundy leaves started to grow. Beetroot colored, forming here as a distinct column from the top to the bottom of these leaves. There will be more of them, and they'll get bigger, though not extremely large. And the shoots are already starting to grow, because they're really getting established here now. A solid growth has appeared, and when it comes to growth, of course, nothing can beat it. This plant that's behind me. Wisteria, after it already bloomed, new leaves appeared. And now, for those skeptics who wrote to me that Wisteria can't be pruned 3 or 4 times in a season, well, I'd like to tell you that it will be pruned again in a moment, and it's only May, and this is actually the real growth of Wisteria. It's happening in June, in July, until mid-August, and then it has to be pruned that many times, because if I didn't prune it, well, then I'd already have that Wisteria all the way at the top of the house. So for those who have it, who like to prune, who want their plants to grow really well and want them to cover a large area, then Wisteria will be a very good plant. Just remember that it really takes up a lot of space, and it's extremely aggressive, so you have to keep an eye on it and you have to prune it. Take care of it. It's not a plant you can just leave like that, and let it grow on its own. And wait for the results, since they can kill large trees if they're planted somewhere, for example, like those old apple trees. Well, Wisteria can kill them by overgrowing and covering it, so keep that in mind. You really have to, but really keep an eye on it. And finally, at the end of our walk around the garden, a plant, actually not something, but a plant, which for many years has been the kind of plant that you ask about the most. On all my social media, actually, we're a little early because it's not blooming yet, But actually, you asked the most questions when it's blooming and when it's fading, but I'll show it to you now. I'll show you shots from the months when it's blooming. This is Clematis, Tangutica. Kashka, here it's still in its green form, but when that mass of yellow bells appears, later after the yellow bells, these beautiful seed heads appear like little wigs, which stay even in winter. So there will be magic here. Just take a look. Here you can see what it looks like when it blooms and what those seed heads look like. Really, I highly recommend it. My dear friends, these are the plants I wanted to show you today. Well, at least the ones that grow in nicely. I'll wait until they start blooming, and then I'll show them to you in another episode. But you can write now, which of these plants, in the form they're in right now, do you like the most? I'm waiting for your comments. Please share it if possible. Share this video somewhere else, on your social media. I would really appreciate it. And yes, I would appreciate it until the next episode, in which I will tell you more, also about something fantastic